think that the most striking change is the shift of bargaining power between the producers and the customers. Everything is now available online. Consumers are connected to every single online shop. They can buy anything, anytime, from anywhere.
Understanding the consumers today, and it's not just in the US, are more empowered and knowledgeable than ever before. So as a result, their expectations for excellent customer service, sales knowledge, technical support are in some cases unreasonably high, and they'll continue to soar.
Before the digital revolution, consumers were dependent on the geographical proximity of a store, and this is not the case anymore. Consumers have now access to an ocean of information thanks to what is available online, thanks to the social networks, and thanks to the millions of reviews published every day. Therefore, the consumers have never been so well informed and never been so well educated. It becomes very difficult for brands to influence or manipulate the potential buyers.
When we look at the major changes in CX, clearly there's the technological shift. We're moving much more away from this idea of customer service just being the process of managing a contact center and managing customer phone calls. Now, this first started, I think, with the shift towards social media, being able to cope with a multi-channel environment. But it's kind of moved on from there to the point now where I think that you can safely say that most emerging technologies are being trialed and tested in the CX environment.
I think there's been a fundamental restructure of many of the industries that we've been working in. I've done a lot of work in retail and financial services, and those industries have been fundamentally transformed by a shift in customer behavior, particularly away from much more analog, human-centered ways of interacting with customers to a shift towards digital channels, which has been accelerated rapidly over the past 18 months.
This new normal isn't about all things digital per se. It's staying on top of the changes in communication and buying patterns, and then embracing rapid movements in consumer behaviors.
Everything is now completely comparable. Brands cannot lie anymore. We live in a world of full transparency where everything is benchmarked. If someone wants to buy a specific product or service, he will automatically search for the best price online and will move from one side to another to get the best bargain.
What really strikes me is over the course of the early 2000s, now into the 2020s, we're at a point where consumers are more discerning than they ever have been. The reality is there has been exponential change, and I think a lot of it has been driven by circumstance. You know, if we were having a discussion 2 years ago, it would be unheard of to think about, say, e-commerce having grown as rapidly as it did. Unfortunately, our health-related circumstances have made it such that e-commerce was going to grow exponentially given the circumstances that literally everybody was in. And it's not going to slow down. If anything, the pace is going to get more rapid, and it's something that anybody should be watching if they've got an interest in making sure that they've got a great long-term relationship between enterprise and consumer.
To me, it demonstrates the intent for transparency in creating really genuine, deep emotional connections with customers. This is hard. This is not easy. Empathy, demonstrating emotional intelligence when it comes to solving problems, that ability to understand the other person's emotions is on some levels taxing, right? Because you have to understand, what is that person thinking? What are they feeling? And why are they feeling that way? So it's not quite the same as sympathy, and it doesn't mean just being polite. It's a matter of connecting at an emotional level.